God. Yes.
Oh shit. We good?
I think so. Yes, it looks like we are good. Welcome to the Cinema Circle. All of those who are here.
A saw.
A saw, dude. A saw. We still don't believe in sticks. That is our running joke. That is our running shit.
Sticks are a figment of the
That's Hollywood magic right there.
Yeah, sticks are Hollywood magic. Have you ever even seen a stick?
I have never seen a stick.
You've never seen a stick?
No,
That's right.
Sticks are not real.
Sticks are unreal.
Are unreal.
I've seen a couple branches.
I've seen a couple branches. I've seen a couple logs.
Oh yeah. No sticks.
No sticks. Maybe some twigs. Definitely no sticks. It's just not real. It's just a thing the government wants you to believe in.
That's right.
Like us landing on the moon, or that even the moon exists.
Right.
All right.
You believe in the Earth?
You believe
Is that what you're saying?
I do. Am I right? Trees? Fuck.
Trees?
God damn.
Fuck a tree. Fuck a tree.
Anyways, back to anything that is actually on the topic of things that the government doesn't want us to believe in. Superhero movies that aren't the current Marvel MCU.
We'll talk about
the
that
X-Men franchise.
Probably talk about that with the Marvel MCU.
It'll be later, and then also the current DCCU.
We'll talk about that later.
Anything other than those, I'm fair game on this discussion, and I've even gotten a list like last time of a shit ton of movies. I mean, like, there's a shit ton of movies on here. A shit ton of, like, movies to come in the future. Plenty to unbox here. What would you like to start with? What do you think the first one you want to start with is?
Well, what's your
favorite?
Well, what's your favorite out of the list that you have?
Well, not counting anything that hasn't been made yet or hasn't been announced or even actually confirmed to being a thing.
Right.
I have to say that my favorite superhero movie out of the list that I have, you know what? Probably the Judge Dredd remake. The remake I thought was amazing. The story was super simple. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Like it is just a very solid writing all the way through. I felt that even like where the dialogue parts there aren't many, it makes up for the cinematic and fight scenes that you have. Right. I think that it stays a solid movie throughout, and I'm really sad it didn't get as much traction as it deserved.
I mean, not a lot of people know about Judge Dredd.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's not one of the big popular...
I take it better than I take the original with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
I like the remake better.
I've seen the one with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I feel like that one had more story to it, more this is kind of Judge Dredd thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the remake did a good job of not being the kind of story-based kind of thing, and it's more of a, hey, this is some cool things from the universe that we like, and then boom, there's plenty there, man. There's the Amazing Spider-Mans. You got the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the Spider-Mans except for Tom Holland.
We're gonna talk about the Batman series.
Yeah. I think
that'd be all right.
I think we're gonna leave those towards the end once we run out of other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that and the Superman we're both gonna leave until closer to the end, just in case we don't want to. By that point, we can just be like, we'll save those for other times.
I don't really want to rush into Deadpool just yet.
I don't either. I think it's a good job to keep it till later.
I think anything that's not major. Underdog, really?
Oh,
really?
I will defend that with my heart. Okay, that was part of my childhood. I want to watch it again.
No, don't get me wrong. It just brought back memories, and I was just like, whoa, wait a minute.
Nobody fear. Underdog is here.
Yeah, no, Underdog was the shit.
It was.
Underdog was the legit shit.
Look, I can't not put it on the list, man.
Underdog was one of those movies that I watched as a kid, and I was like, and I didn't go back and research a lot of movies I watched because I was a fucking kid. Yeah. But Underdog was one of the first movies that I was like, hold on, there's something more to this. And I watched the actual old. I watched the actual old cartoons.
Is there?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's where
That's
where
a
it
whole
originated.
new level of stuff right there. I'm gonna have to watch.
Oh yeah, you have. No, they're good. They're
Holy
good.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Man, my childhood just got expanded right there.
Expand childhood.
Oh.
Oh no, that sounds weird.
That sounded weirdly
Hold on a minute.
sexual.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go with Hancock.
Hancock?
I really
Start with the Hancock?
like Hancock.
It was a great movie, and
It's
I've
a
rewatched
great
it
movie.
over time, and it's not that it doesn't age well. It's in its era. It is in its era of time.
It's behind the times right now, but
I think it still works.
It still holds up.
weight
Yeah.
in today's time.
Yeah.
Even with the new smartphones, you didn't really have that.
Honestly,
I feel like it fits.
I'd have to say it was my It probably is my favorite Will Smith movie.
I don't know.
It probably is my favorite Will Smith movie.
I think there's enough. I like iRobot. I think iRobot's a great Will Smith movie.
iRobot.
I think it's a solid Will Smith movie. There's also what is it? There's
don't you
else.
dare say Suicide Squad. I'll punch you
No,
right in
God,
the chest.
fuck no. Hell no. We'll
just
get to that in the fucking DCCU conversation.
Let me just say right now, if you like Suicide Squad, you're not a person I can respect. I'm just saying.
That's not
I'm
it.
putting it out there.
Like,
oh no, that is it. 100% for me.
It is completely different. I will get to that in the discussion.
We'll talk about it later.
But Hancock was a great movie. It's a great story of love and things like that, especially since it's really an undertone for most of the movie until the very end.
Right.
And
I thought the way they did the love interest was
it was
beautiful.
very interesting.
Yeah.
You don't see it coming until it's there.
Right.
And then it's like, oh shit. Oh my god. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And
it's a very good movie. I think the direction
works.
or the camera work in that movie.
Oh, the camera work's great.
Flawless.
I really loved the idea that a superhero is a person that is drunk all the time.
Yeah.
That sleeps on benches.
Yeah.
Is pretty much a hobo.
But
until he goes and saves people.
Yeah.
And then when he saves people, the world just doesn't even like it. They're just like, we're better off without you, buddy. You're just kind of, you're nasty. You smell like alcohol all the time. We don't like you, but we can't get rid of you. What the fuck?
Which is what I imagine Will Smith was before he started making movies. Man, Will Smith, they're like, we don't need you. We didn't ask for you. You're kind of nasty looking and you smell like alcohol. And then he starts making really good movies and they're like,
all right. Okay. All right. No, you know what? I know what my favorite Will Smith movie is. It is a movie where he's kind of it's one of it. It's not a huge problem. I'm gonna have to look it up. Actually,
mine is probably what's the one he did with Jaden Smith? Precious?
After Earth?
No. What the fuck? Hell no.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. What the fuck is Precious then?
I don't know.
Is that a Will Smith movie? Pursuit of Happiness is a good movie though.
But my favorite Will Smith movie. I love how this changed to Will Smith movies.
Yeah, we're talking about Will Smith now.
It is put a picture of him in the center.
Yeah, just put a picture.
It's definitely not Aladdin, I'll tell you.
Oh, it's definitely not going to be Aladdin. Aladdin is going to be straight garbage.
It's not. It's not going to be. Gonna tell you what. It's not going to be Wild Wild West.
Oh hell no.
Not Bad Boys either.
Yeah, Bad Boys is alright.
Bright was a good one.
Bright was a good
Collateral Beauty was my favorite Will Smith movie.
I haven't seen that one.
It is amazing. The whole entire movie, you're sitting there, you're like, it's just emotional, man. You sit there and it gets you in the feels.
Which one? Wait, hold on. Which one is the one where his wife gets in the accident? And is that it?
No.
No?
The wife gets in the accident. I don't know. There's 7 pounds. I don't know if that's it.
No.
Hitch.
No, it's definitely not Hitch.
Yeah, nobody. There's
God, what movie was that?
He was in Ali, The Legend of Bagger Vance, Wild Wild West.
Hell no.
Enemy of the State.
No.
Yeah, no, man. Independence Day, Bad Boys, 63.
Did you like Independence Day?
I did. I thought it was a great movie, and it really is a testament to its time.
I
didn't like the
good.
second one. I didn't even see the second one they made.
I didn't see the second one either. I heard it's really bad, and that's why I didn't see it. But I really liked the first Independence Day. I thought it had a lot of. It didn't have a lot of what makes a great movie, but it had a lot of charm to it.
It did. It had its own thing. And I feel like rewatching it now, you can see the era that
you know what
in,
we didn't put in that list
like
either?
that.
Project X.
Don't even.
It's the one superhero movie, not superhero movie, but it's a bunch of kids with powers. Like
Chronicle.
Chronicle.
That was that.
I think they originally called it Project X or something.
I don't know, but Chronicle wasn't that bad. It was It was in more of that found footage kind of feel to it.
Yeah, but technically they have powers.
I liked it. I liked that movie. I'm not a big fan of found footage films. Like I'm alright. I don't like it. Get the fucking shaky camera out of here.
Yeah.
Right? We're not amateurs making movies.
Right.
That's not what it is. But I really enjoyed that one, and I thought it was because it's an even deeper message in that one. It's kids that kind of get themselves stuck in this weird kind of situation.
Yeah.
And one goes nuts.
Yeah.
And kills another, and the last guy's like, I love these two really much, and I'm gonna travel the world with my powers now.
I think it has to do. I think the message was sort of these kids get thrown into this this odd, weirdly like adult type situation because you don't see a lot of kids with powers.
No. Granted, other than like Teen Titans and things where it's specifically in a universe where all people have superheroes.
Yeah.
Or superpowers.
But like Chronicle was meant to be like a real world.
Yeah, like, real world. Like, oh shit, now we have powers.
People don't have powers, and these kids get thrown into this adult type of situation. And it's kind of each of them coping with it, and one of them just doesn't. I
think it is a good example of not everybody should have powers.
Yeah.
That it takes a certain kind of person, a certain type of upbringing, and a certain type of mindset to have superpowers.
Honestly,
because that being said, in the movie, it shows you how that kid's abused. That kid doesn't have very many friends.
Yeah.
And him with too much power becomes a problem. Now the other one grew up in a nice family, you know, is well popular and stuff like that, but isn't a dick about it. And so he is obviously the best choice. And then the third one is kind of a dick and everything like that. It doesn't work.
It's kind of a jock.
Yeah. And so it really does show you that kind of that mentality that you have to be careful who has superpowers.
And I really like. I think that now that the fact that you brought up the shaky cam, honestly, I'd be hard pressed to say. I'd be hard pressed to find a better found footage movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's if it is.
I mean,
I don't remember if it is.
It's technically found footage. Well, not found footage, but it's
it is
technically found footage.
Yeah, it is.
It would be technically found footage. But you know, considering you got the greats, like you got Wreck, and you got what's the other one? Fucking. Can't think of the name. Cloverfield. Cloverfield's a good found footage movie.
I've never seen that one, to be honest.
Rip Dog. You know, the Cloverfield's a good movie. Blair Witch and
like those,
Paranormal Activity.
I am
good
fine
movies.
With
However,
but Paranormal Activity found footage, but it's through a webcam that doesn't move.
Right.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
It's like Paranormal Activity, found footage. I give it the quotation marks because of it. I mean, the found footage genre kind of thing is that it has a little bit of that shake to it, that hand holding kind of thing.
Right.
And I don't like that. Paranormal Activity is just a bad movie.
And they also give them but they also give them a reason as to why they're
and I'm okay with
Paranormal Activity doesn't really. This guy's a filmmaker. Now he's filming shit.
Boom! There you go.
There you have it. But like this kid is actually like
just trying to record this.
Yeah, he's actually trying to record shit.
He's trying to make sure that this has some kind of footage to it.
Right.
I can understand the genre. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah.
So the description of Chronicle it is with Dane DeHaan, Alex Russell, Michael B. Jordan, Michael Kelly, and Ashley Henshaw. The director is Josh Trank, which I can't believe it was Michael B. Jordan in that movie. He has now gone on to do another superhero film where he's a supervillain in Black Panther. Description: witness the mind-bending chronicle of great power gone awry. When three ordinary high school friends make an extraordinary discovery, they acquire amazing abilities beyond their understanding. They can move objects with their minds, crush cars at will, and even fly. But as their strengths grow, so does their darker sides. When harmless pranks give way to more dangerous escapades, their lives spin recklessly out of control, leading to an explosive, high-flying climax that will leave you breathless. Great movie.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. I'm sad I forgot about putting it on the list.
I mean, it's one of those movies that really stuck with me.
Well,
it really
it went under the table.
It did, and that's sad because I really wanted a sequel.
Well, it hit the spotlight really slightly enough to get the people that were in it into their next movies.
Right, but
it didn't make enough of a splash for it to go down in any kind of history or anything.
Right.
It's a great underrated movie, and I think people should go watch it because it is a great watch.
Yeah, no, fucking Chronicle is a very, very good movie.
Oh yeah.
And if you, I think it hit me. I think it hit home because of the father-son dynamic, and you know.
Yeah.
It was just a good fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
It was very, very well written, but especially the characters and the way they fleshed out each of their characters was flawless.
Oh yes.
Like
they did an amazing job at what they were doing. And that being said, also Michael B. Jordan, I think, give me just a second, and I'll make sure. Black Panther isn't even going to be his last. I'm sure nope, never mind.
Panthers.
Jamie Foxx is doing Spawn, the next Spawn. My bad. Not the same Black Panther. Sorry.
Not the same.
No, look. Right now, in current day, there are two prominent black men, other than like Will Smith and all those guys. You have Michael B. Jordan, and you have Jamie Foxx. They're both kind of the leads right now that are kind of doing their thing. There's also Idris Elba, which, Idris Elba is taking over for Will Smith as Deadshot in the next Suicide Squad movie.
Good.
I'm happy with that. We'll get to that again later in a different kind of.
I got many opinions about Suicide Squad, and I ain't afraid to fucking yell them out. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, I have plenty of... I am more of a DC fan, so I have very emotional and very passionate opinions about DC movies, more than I do Marvel.
I mean, I'm a Marvel fan. I'm one of those Marvel fags who will go see anything that they make. I mean, I say that now because we're right on the cusp of the end of Phase 4.
Is it Phase 4? I thought it was Phase 3.
Are we on Phase 3?
I don't know. We'll figure that one out before the next one.
Either way, but I do love the DC. I do love DC movies, and I do love the DC universe, comic book or movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have very unique qualities to them. But at the moment, I think DC is trying their damnedest to be goddamn Marvel, it's really fucking hurting them because they need to stop and just do what they were doing before.
Well,
because it works.
Well, hold on. We'll get to that another time.
We'll get to that later.
We might be able to touch on it later when we're talking about some DC movies that aren't part of their current DCEU.
Right.
We'll work on that later.
But anyways, let's go on to the next thing on the list. Then.
Okay.
Not talk about Will Smith anymore.
Next thing on the list, after Hancock, because it brings up another kind of movie that is sort of a small kind of project kind of thing that isn't. It's not that it's not well known. It's just not seen as what I don't know. But it's kind of on the same level of Hancock as in it is a superhero movie that's kind of its standalone thing.
Yeah.
And it's Jumper. Jumper is a great movie. It's a great movie. It really is. You'll have to sit down. It's got Christian. Fuck. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. What the fuck is it? It's Christian Hesselton, I think. He was in the. Hesselton. He was in the prequels for Star Wars. So it was not.
Who'd he play?
Huh?
Who'd he play?
Anakin.
Oh. Oh, so then I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. Him. He's in it. It's Christian. No, it's Hayden Christensen.
Feels bad.
I knew Christian was somewhere in there.
I wish we had a camera so you could see the look on this nigga's face. Yeah, I said it. I said the. Finally, it took us 3 episodes, but I said the N-word.
I mean, you're black.
I mean, I'm black, so I get that. I get that N-word pass, but still.
Not right to do.
Yeah, I'll try my damnedest not to say it because I know it could offend some people and Twitch doesn't like it. Well, but I will. Yeah. But took us 3 episodes. I was hoping to go a little longer. When we get a camera, we'll have a little board and it'll say streams. Streams without Elijah saying the N-word, and it'll have a big old fat 0 on there a good 50% of the time.
Yeah. Anyways, Hayden Christensen. Fuck. I don't know why I'm having trouble. It's a great movie, and it has a little bit of that, oh, I love this girl thing, but I have to now run away because of who I am and what I'm doing, and I finally have this opportunity. My dad abuses me as well, and it has that kind of thing. And he uses it for himself, obviously. So he's going to see the places he wants to see. He's going to do the things he wants to do, rob a few banks, get the money he needs, do all that sort of stuff. And then it kind of comes to the, oh shit, I'm not the only one that can do this. There are people out there trying to find me. And then they, hold on.
I want to see your list. While you're talking.
I am also texting right now.
You trying to get some pussy?
No, look, I'm trying to find a relationship. I'm a single man.
Just then send me the list.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Big boy. Big gun. Little dick.
Ouch. Can I do that? Can I really do that?
You should be able to. It's an iPhone.
Add people. Oh shit. I can.
Or just copy and paste it into our messages.
No, you're good, bro.
Why'd you send it to me twice?
Oops.
Come on, boy.
Anyway, but so Jumper's a great movie, and it does a lot of the superhero tropes, but kind of lets some drop to the side that you don't really need to care about. He finally ends up coming back and meeting the girl again, blah, 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 blah. He ends up finding his mother, who ended up running away. It's a whole thing. It's a great, great movie.
Oh, it's private.
What do you mean it's private?
It says it's private.
I don't...
Just copy and paste it into the messages,
I don't know how to not make it private.
I wouldn't know either. Somehow. I don't know why I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure that out later.
That's fine.
But anyways, on the Jumper while you're trying to do that. Continue, talk or text.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Now it wants me to sign into my iCloud to verify. I ain't doing all that. Anyways.
But so it's a great movie. It really is, and I really do enjoy it. It's not something I can go back and watch too many times. I have to really let it get out of my mind before watching. Like right now, I haven't seen it for a couple years. I'm ready to rewatch it. I've owned it for a while. I'm ready to rewatch it because I don't fully remember it. But said, I don't want to rewatch it because it like you definitely can tell the area it was written in, and it kind of hurts to watch it. I've owned it for a while. I'm ready to rewatch it because Now, okay, next, because there's not much to say about Jumper. It is definitely an underrated movie, I feel, but it's not too far underrated from what it should be.
Right.
So there's not much more you can say about
it. Well, let's go ahead and get some of the ones I don't know. I haven't seen Push.
Push is a great movie. It's got Chris Evans in it. It's also got what's her name? The girl from Charlotte's Web, the little girl from that, a little more grown up. She's in that as well. Yeah. It is a great movie about not everyone has superpowers, and it's not a very widely known thing.
Right.
And it's very rare to see, but there are certain cases that actually have names for what they are. Like there's the Shriek. It is a great dark movie for powers. It's technically not a superhero movie.
I'd say if it has superpowers, inhuman superpowers, and yeah, it might as well.
Fair enough. But so it's more of like a government kind of secret thing in, I think it's China, and it's in China, and a great dark movie, great dark power movie. I actually don't own it. I want to, and I constantly forget about it until the topic of superheroes come up, and then every once in a while I'll be like, oh my god, Push is a great movie, and it's not the only movie Chris Evans has been in that isn't the MCEU. No. That he's a superhero. He was also in.
Don't forget about Fantastic Four.
That's what I was gonna say.
Don't forget about that piece of trash.
Hey, it wasn't that bad. I liked his. I liked his Human Torch. The first one wasn't that bad,
and the other one was trash.
True.
Don't play these games.
Torch. And then, but so he's also in Losers. Which
I was also going to talk about. Yeah. I haven't seen Losers.
I haven't seen it, but I know that it wasn't a great movie and that it didn't portray the comic book very well because Chris Evans is not a hacker. He does not look like a hacker type. He does not look like the nerdy type.
Yeah.
And his character is an IT guy.
Right.
He does not fit that bill. I've never seen it. It could be great. I don't know. I've been meaning to, but I think it's called The Losers.
Yeah, well, and you also have Zoom on here, which is the last one on this list, I think, that I actually haven't seen.
Yes, that is a funny one. It's got, what's the guy from Home Improvement?
I haven't watched Home Improvement, so I can't do sitcoms. I can't sit through.
No, not even that. He's also in, he plays Woody, I think.
Oh, motherfucking, fuck! I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why can I not remember his name? I know who he is.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. I knew his name started with
Tim,
but I can even picture his face, but I couldn't remember his name.
But it's Tim Allen, and it was like one of those kid superhero movies, kind of like Up and Away and Underdog. It was one of those ones that came out in a weird time period for kid movies or teenage movie kind of thing, and they're a little group of superhero kind of thing. There's not much to say about it. It was a pretty good movie. And Sky High, kind of like Sky High 2. That's also on here. Sky High was a great movie.
Sky High was a great movie.
I can rewatch that multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
I've watched that movie at least twice, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it ages well, I think.
Yeah.
And I also, luckily enough, on there have the TBA to be announced Sky High 2. So
I'm hoping is going to be good.
I'm hoping it's going to come out, and I hope it's going to be good too. It very possibly could.
Yes.
And very possibly could not as well.
I also very much. I'd like to talk about Underdog a little bit more because it was one of those childhood moments that I couldn't fully understand it at the time, but then I rewatched it a while later.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean I watched it a long time ago.
It's kind of like Up and Away. I don't really remember a lot of it. But
I can remember large bits and pieces, but I really liked it. It was a very good movie.
It was. I feel, and you know what? It even has that kind of a Dogs versus Cats
Yeah.
kind of aura to it.
Yeah.
And those were great movies too. Where the first one was at least a really good movie and has a lot of rewatchable value. But Underdog has that kind of, oh shit, I'm a dog kind of thing.
Oh shit, I'm finna dog.
I'm a dog that has powers. Fuck yeah, time to help people. It is a very funny kind of thing, and I love that movie. It is a great movie, and I'm gonna end up having to get it, even though it's a kids movie. I probably over there. Not gonna lie, but
I see that you put the Hulk in here as well.
The Hulk. Yeah, it was bad. That's as much as we're gonna say. The original Hulk movie.
Not only
it was bad.
Not only can I
the one with
not agree that is.
Look,
can I agree? Not only is it a bad movie, I agree,
really
but
it's a bad movie.
It's such a weird movie.
I'm not talking about the one with Edward Norton.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Just make sure.
Because it's just weird. Because it's like it's an MCU movie, but it's not an MCU movie.
It is not.
It's in such a. It came out at such a weird time that
it has a really bad actor in it. Like I don't like the guy that played Bruce Banner.
Yeah, the guy who played Bruce Banner was bad.
It was really bad.
But it came out at such a weird time. It came out. That was the movie before Iron Man 1, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was way before Iron Man 1.
Yeah, it came out way before.
No. The Incredible Hulk came out before Iron Man 1.
That's right.
That's the one with Edward Norton. There's other reasons why that's a bad movie. But technically it's part of the MCCU, and that's why it's not on this list. The Hulk, this one's from like 2001, 19, something. I don't fucking care. Bad. There's not much to say about it. It's just bad. Leave it, torch it, throw it away. Kind of thing. It's bad.
You got Big Hero 6 on here, which I very much enjoy.
It was a great
I don't
movie.
know if I would call that a... Well, it's a superhero... It is a superhero
based on a comic book and everything.
It's a superhero movie. However, I do want to get into the topic of Disney movies for one of our episodes.
Yes.
Because...
Do you want to save that one then for later?
Yeah, I think we should save that one for when we eventually talk about Disney movies. Because... I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen every single Disney movie that's ever come out.
I have not.
I've seen every single one of them.
There's a lot I haven't.
And I don't brand myself a Disney fan.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen every single one of them, but they're good. They're really good. They're very well made movies. But there's that part of me that's just like, man, I could be watching anything else or doing anything else. Like when I was watching Frozen, I was like, yeah, this is good, but like it's whatever, man. Like it's good, but it's And I've met a lot of people who praise Disney movies to fucking heaven and back, and it's their favorite fucking company in the world, but I just can't. I just can't get behind that.
No.
On a completely opposite note, though, Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. It is a kick-ass movie.
It's a kick-ass
When it came out, I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It takes that comic book story and fits it in, and it is just absolutely, I love
flawless.
it. And then I'm super sad because we bring up MCCU again here, MCEU, I guess. The guy that plays Quicksilver in the MCEU is the guy that plays Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Which I love. And then his friend, not the fat one with the glasses, but the other one, plays Quicksilver in the X-Men series. I don't know if you knew that. Both live action.
Evan Peters.
Yeah. Both.
Let me talk about Evan Peters for a second.
Both Quicksilvers are from Kick-Ass, and I love that. I love that little piece of trivia.
I'm a big Evan Peters fan.
I bet.
I don't know why, but I attract myself to everything that he does, and I can recognize that everything he does everything he does is not good. Like I can spot when there's a bad movie, that he just happens to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's a wonderful actor. I think that I love American Horror Story. It's a fucking fantastic.
I don't know. I tried and I didn't get really into. I bet I could if I gave it a chance.
I cannot find anybody in a 20-mile radius who I can talk about. Fucking American
I'll
Horror
have to
Story.
give it a try because I tried to watch it at a really weird time in my life where it was just weird.
Did you watch it in the edgy time of your life?
I think so. I think I tried it.
No,
it didn't work. I just didn't.
I mean, and I'll be honest with you, you're going to notice a dip in quality after season 1, but it's still a fantastic series, and I'm sort of mad at myself for not talking about it while we were talking about horror stories, horror movies.
That is yeah, I get that. That's understandable.
Because it's I don't know how, but the writers just get it. They get it.
Oh.
And honestly, and I haven't watched the recent season yet because I haven't found a viable way to.
Well, they'll end up posting it to Netflix.
Yeah. It'll end up on Netflix and Hulu soon, but great ass series.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to give it a try. But I thought that was an interesting piece of trivia that both him and the other one are both in Kick-Ass. Now, Kick-Ass 2 was not great. I didn't watch it all, but I didn't really enjoy it all that much. Even though it has Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah.
I did not feel
Kick-Ass 2.
like
I feel like Kick-Ass 2 was just as good as the first. I think that they're both solid movies.
There's a lot of trash over there.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Did you just take a selfie?
No, fuck no.
Trash lord?
I did not.
Fucking
I did not take a fucking selfie. I guarantee you that.
Fuck you.
My face was nowhere near that picture. But anyways, Kick-Ass 2. I just don't know. I think it was the lack of Nicolas Cage. It lost me. It lost my.
You can't rate a movie on whether or not it has Nicolas Cage in it.
Okay.
Do you know how many movies don't have Nicolas Cage in it?
Very true. A lot. But honestly, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
The Homecoming.
That's bullshit. Nice fucking try. It's fucking Into the Spider-Verse, and me and you both know it. You're just trying to not pick a movie with Nick Cage in it.
So what? So what? Into the Spider-Verse just happens to have Nicolas Cage in it.
But it's your favorite.
Okay.
A superhero movie becomes automatically better with Nick Cage in it. Minus Ghost Rider.
A superhero movie isn't bad because it doesn't have Nick Cage in it. You like the Batman series,
Very
right?
Very true. But you know what would make him better? Nick Cage.
I can't even lie with it. I can't even lie. You have a point there.
I know.
The Batman movies would be flawless if Batman was Nick Cage.
No, I don't even want him to be Batman. No. Just anybody.
Okay.
He could be a bystander.
I can do you one better.
Nick Cage's Joker?
Nick Cage's Joker, come on!
He's already a real-life Joker. Why make it? Why do it?
Just do it. Just do it.
Oh, man. But I think that's one of the things, because, you get that kind of Nick Cage-esque thing into the original.
Right.
And then the second one doesn't... And it's not even Jim Carrey's fault.
No.
It's not a Jim Carrey film.
And
that's my thing. He is amazing in the serious roles he does. He's amazing in the comedic roles that he does, minus Dumb and Dumber 2. Most of his sequels aren't great. But it just didn't seem like him. I didn't know it was him until I looked it up and found it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was bad. If I can't tell it's him, there's no point. And then he dies halfway through. So it's not even... It's like... Here's Jim Carrey, this big-name actor that decided to come on to this because Nick Cage was in the first one, and then boom, we kill him halfway through. It's like, okay, all right. We also have on here The Crow, great movie. The dude died at the end of that.
I almost said to Rip Stan Lee. That's not his name. No, it's Bruce Lee's kid.
Son.
Yeah, Jet Li, I think. No.
No?
Is it Jet Li?
I don't know. Screw him. Rip. Great movie, and I honestly would have loved to see a remake with Jason Momoa. I think it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Even though he is a bigger guy than the original.
Okay, but both are snacks, so who would really care?
True, but
Jason Momoa's a snack.
I think that he can do it, especially since his mobility is a lot like the Crows. You know, he's not flexible, but he is I can climb I can climb the side of a big rock.
Yeah.
That I can rock climb. I can surf. I can do all these things. He's a fucking god. Jason Momoa is a man.
He's a man.
He's a whole ass.
That's a whole man. I didn't say the N-word.
No, you did not.
Be proud of me. What else do we got on here?
A lot.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot of movies here.
How did you feel about the Deadpool movies? Because
I love the first one.
Deadpool was my favorite superhero of all time.
I loved the first one. I feel like the second one lacked a little bit. But my favorite part about Deadpool 2 is that the Invisible Man is literally Brad Pitt.
Are you serious?
It really is Brad Pitt.
Really?
Yeah. There's apparently a small snippet, like a split second, like one, I forget what they're called. Someone's, like, just one
now I have to go look that up.
That is Brad Pitt. And the reason Ryan Reynolds did this was because he said that he wanted to get a big name actor into his movie,
right,
and then pretty much take it away. The Invisible Man.
Oh, that's right. He's in it for a hot second. I remember this because he gets shocked and then immediately fucking dies.
Yep. And then taken away.
Shit. I didn't. Why did I not see that? That's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
He said it says Brad Pitt charged Ryan Reynolds a cup of coffee for Deadpool 2. That's amazing. Yeah, no, that's I really like the Deadpool series.
It's funny because people want to get on top of it because it makes fun of things.
Yeah.
I love that it does. Even the Once Upon a Deadpool, which is I think just a remake of the second one.
It's not a remake. It's a watered down version of Deadpool 2. I had somebody who was in my car and we were like, we were like, okay, let's go see a movie, and he was like, well, let's go see Deadpool.
Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah, let's go see Once Upon a Deadpool. I hear it's pretty good. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. It's just Deadpool 2. It's if you want to watch fucking, I can't even remember the name, for God's sake. If you want to watch that, just go watch Deadpool 2. It's the actual version of that movie. And if you watch Once Upon a Deadpool, instead of watching Deadpool 2, you're a pussy. Don't at me.
Yeah, I guess. I think it was just funny because of the kid from Princess Bride. You know, even Logan did their post-credit scene for Logan. I think, I can't remember because our theater in town did it differently. They put it before the movie because of what it is. It is Deadpool going to go see the movie, but stopping and saving somebody and then going into the movie. And it was great. And then the movie started. It was a great way that they did it. It was great. I loved it. Logan. Ooh. Too bad that's on a different list. Sucks dick.
Yeah, no, we can talk about Logan.
But Deadpool's are great. Deadpool's a great movie because it's a superhero movie that's allowed to make fun of everything else.
Right. Now,
and be aware of its own
have you
stuff.
read any Deadpool comics?
I have not.
Okay. Well, you're not one of those Deadpool fans who fucking watched the movies and then watched the movie and was like, well, I'm a Deadpool fan now. Because I read the comic books before I watched the movies. I was a fan of Deadpool before the Deadpool movie came out.
Deadpool is a really cool character.
Oh yes,
and he's funny too. I'm just not gonna say that I'm a huge fan of him.
I think that if there is a singular character that Marvel can do right,
it is Deadpool.
It's Spider-Man.
It is Spider-Man. No,
it's Deadpool.
They've failed 3 times now on Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, they failed multiple times on Spider-Man.
Well, you know, Tom Holland's great and all.
Well, we'll talk about Tom Holland later.
Can we get the Stranger Things guy in there? The Stranger Things kid?
Finn Wolfhard?
Yeah.
Yeah, just tweet Finn Wolfhard. Be like, you want to come on our show?
Yes. Can we get him, please?
Especially because I love Stranger Things and I love It, which are both things that he's been in.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
We'll talk about Stranger Things another day.
Yes, another day.
Because this man's over here hasn't watched it. So.
I have not done
that. You need
All right.
to get on it.
What did we just talk? Deadpool?
We were talking about Deadpool.
Okay.
And let's get on to Megamind since we're in the.
I haven't seen it. Obviously, I obviously have not seen it.
You haven't seen Megamind.
We've had this discussion before, and you said it the exact same way the last time. I don't even need to see it for me to love it. Because of the dynamic that they do. Hold on. Just because of that dynamic. I can't find a copy of it.
What do you mean? Just go online. Just go.
Yeah, but
Megamind's one of those movies. Megamind is old enough that now that you will not receive a cease and desist letter. I promise. I've received a couple of those, but that's besides the point. that doesn't matter.
Did you have to pay for the stuff?
No. What?
Funny.
I got a cease and desist for my cousin for torrenting Skyrim on my school MacBook. That was funny. That was real funny because they were like, "You got us a cease and desist letter," and I was like, "Okay, sure, whatever. I don't care. Have fun with that. Bye." But anyways, Megamind is such a great movie. It's such a great movie.
And it does the dynamic of villain and hero very well. And I love how they flip it. I love that. And you know what? That is the one thing that I keep hearing about it. Whenever I see anything that mentions it, they're praising the movie for being that way.
Yeah,
and I'm like, fuck yes.
It's a Marvel movie. It's an MCU movie flipped on its head.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly what Megamind is, and they did it before the MCU was even a major thing.
Do they have it on Prime?
Do they have it on Prime? If they have it on Prime, I'm watching it tonight.
I don't think so. I don't think.
If I can find a copy of it online, we should watch it. Yes. Holy shit!
Oh yeah,
Megamind.
I want to watch it. I do.
Beautiful fucking movie. It's a great fucking movie. I really can't praise that movie enough.
No, it's not.
It's like just great movie.
And you know, I love that. And then it's also kind of comedic, right? Am I right?
Oh yeah. It's a comedy. It's a comedy, and that's why the villains and heroes are flipped, and the heroes are actually villains and all that shit. That's why it's flipped on its head like that, because it's a comedy, but it still works very, very well.
Yes,
I love it. I love how it does that.
All right, what else we got on there? Because I know that we've got the original Spawn, the remake Spawn.
Yes.
The original Spawn was great.
I didn't like it.
I liked it. I thought it was great. And what? Oh, I mean, the animation is definitely dated.
The CGI of the devil.
Definitely dated.
I think about the CGI of the devil constantly, not because it's the devil, but because, oh my god, it looks so bad. Hold on. You know what? Instead of that, put a picture of the CGI devil from Spawn into the middle. No. Do this just for context, because these people need to see this. I'll do it myself. Because fuck you, they need to see this madness. Holy shit, the sensitivity on your mouse is ridiculous.
Yeah, but you know what? It works, don't it?
No.
Yeah, dude.
The mouse itself works. Where is it at? Let me get a picture of this real quick. Cause this is
that it?
This is it. Have you not seen it? It's so bad.
You need to save the image.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, it already did. There it is.
What do you mean?
There it is. We'll just put that right there. Right there.
That is really bad.
It's so bad, and we're gonna keep that there for a hot minute. But it's really bad, and I can't stand the look of it. That gives me nightmares. I just saw you took a selfie, you fat bastard.
Shut the fuck up!
Fuck you!
I can do what I want. Fuck you, God.
You fucking gay.
But anyways, yes, the
It looks so
it
bad.
Does. It does. It is really bad. It is really bad. I'm not gonna lie. Really bad.
It looks so terrible.
Really, really bad. But it's not a bad movie just because of its CGI. CGI is bad. Movie is not.
You're right.
Even the story's not too bad. But it's not that bad.
I'll give it that it's interesting and it keeps my attention. But
yeah, it is a Spawn movie. And you know what? I'm ready to see this remake. I hope it's going to be good, you know, with Jamie Foxx in it.
Right.
You know, I'm not the hugest Spawn fan, so I don't know everything about it. But I feel like with modern technology, we can actually do a very solid.
I think it'll be better.
Film.
It'll be better once.
You know what I also forgot? Punisher. The Punisher is technically is MCU. There's been 3 movies. There's been The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. I think I just said that right. And then there's one with John Travolta and what's his face. And then there was Warzone. 2 of which have Jigsaw. I don't know if the first one does or not. But John Travolta, that one was great. The middle one was amazing. I loved it. It was solid. The writing was great. Then the Warzone one was a little bit B-movie, more B-movie than it was anything else. So I think it lacks.
Right.
And then it was very gory. It was interesting. The original though is very unspoken because it's also more of that kind of B-movie 90s, like early 90s, late. I don't even remember when it was made. But anyways, the Punisher movies weren't bad.
Let's talk about The Mask. Let's talk about The Mask because I could talk about The Mask 2 for eons. Mask 2 made me so mad.
The Mask 2 made me mad too. It was not a good movie.
I was so hyped because fuck yeah, we're gonna get another
Son of the Mask.
Son of the Mask. We're gonna get a sequel to the fucking Mask. And I don't remember if they advertised. I didn't see the advertisements because I wasn't old enough for it.
Yeah.
But you know. Little young me was like, oh, more Jim Carrey movie, hell yeah, and then there's no Jim Carrey, and instead this little twink fucking boy, and no! What's his name? What's his name?
I don't know.
I can't remember his name.
It was a bad
movie. And
I like that it took it gave an animator kind of... I liked the characters. I liked some of the characters. That was about it. Other than that...
Hold on, because I want to talk about the guy who it's like Jimmy something. Jamie Kennedy. I didn't like that he did so bad in that movie. That really made me mad because before I had watched Son of the Mask, I watched one of his stand-up comedies, and it is very good. Like he's a funny guy. He can be funny, but the Son of the Mask is just not good. It's just not a good movie.
Yeah.
And he did really bad.
What was he in?
I
Malibu's Most Wanted.
But
that's what I was remembering.
But The Mask as the original beautiful movie.
Oh, great!
Very
it
good.
is a superhero movie. If you did not know, I think it's. I don't know if it's based on a comic. I don't think
it is based on a comic.
Is it?
Yes.
But so even in the way that
was it Romeo and Juliet? Weird.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I don't remember. But so he in the original Mask, it is played out like a superhero movie. There's the guy that's down for his luck, wanting to be with this beautiful woman, and then he finds the mask, and he gets that solid uprise where he takes it out on some people that have abused him, learns that he did it, feels bad about it, the remorse, and then there's the I'm going to be doing this for good, and then he gets in trouble, and then bad guys come for him, and then he comes back up to beat the main bad guy, and then get the woman, and he no longer needs the mask.
Right.
It is a very cut and like copy and paste kind of superhero mold, I guess.
Right.
And it works. And with Jim Carrey's great acting skills, it did amazing.
Yeah.
And Cameron Diaz was hot in that movie.
Cameron Diaz is thick.
Oh,
Dummy
amazing.
thick.
But
before you blow
great.
your load, let's talk about let's see what we got here. The Incredibles.
The Incredibles is great. I love that.
The Incredibles 1 was so good, I was so disappointed in The Incredibles 2.
I've never seen The Incredibles 2. Didn't even care for it.
Because it's okay because I didn't watch it when it came out in theaters. I had plans to. I was gonna go see it with my ex-roommates, and we were gonna make a day out of it. It was gonna be great, but then I was like, you know what? I've seen the reviews. I don't want to see the movie. I don't want to see it. I didn't want to see it for the longest time, and then eventually did sit down and watch it for myself on Netflix.
Was it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. If a Disney movie goes straight to Netflix, that's how bad it is.
Oh yeah. Disney
That's how
tries
bad
to keep
it is.
it off there as much as possible.
They'll because Disney likes
unless it's like really old.
Yeah. Because
they try to get the disc sales.
Frozen didn't get on Netflix for a long time, but The Incredibles 2 went on there. Fucking instant.
And they never put more than like 4 of the MCEU movies on there.
Disc sales. They get them on disc sales more, and they get them. Well, they get them. They get most of their money. Movie makers get most of their money in theaters, and if people don't see it in theaters, as many people see it in theaters, then they'll sell it on disc and they'll advertise it. And if that doesn't happen, it goes on Netflix.
Yeah, because they'll sell the rights to Netflix to put it on. Fair. GG controller. But so
it's my controller, you numbnut.
It's it'll be fine. Yeah, I like that the original Incredibles actually looks at some of the laws that were in place around that time.
Oh yeah.
Like, you weren't allowed to save people that were trying to kill themselves.
Yeah.
You were actually able to be sued for that.
I thought it was old Disney. Old Disney is bold. They were bold motherfuckers back then. Because to have a on-screen attempt at suicide.
Oh,
holy shit!
Dude, look at Pete's Dragon. Right. That was racist as shit in the original.
Not only that, but fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame was insane.
Oh yeah,
insane.
Oh, it's amazing.
And not Hunchback of Notre Dame. Shit. They did Prince of Egypt and was just like, "Fuck you, we're gonna do this now."
Oh yeah.
And Disney, old Disney is insane.
They were bold as a motherfucker.
Bold, but. And The Incredibles is a very, very good movie.
Oh, the first one was amazing.
Oh yeah,
and you got the trademark, the trademark line of "Where's my super suit?"
Where's my super suit?
You know, Samuel touching his dick on everything that is anything.
Oh yes.
You know, putting his name in it.
You know, it's funny because Samuel Jackson cannot win an Oscar. There is a rule in the Oscar.
He is not allowed.
Yeah, no matter how good the movie is, no matter what he's been in. Sam L. Jackson is not allowed to win an Oscar.
Why?
And I think that's why Infinity War didn't win an Oscar.
Yeah, he's in it.
Because he's in the end. He's in the end.
Yeah.
Now they did win Best Visuals, but they weren't even nominated for Movie of the Year.
Yeah.
Or were they? Were they nominated?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's because Samuel Jackson. But you know, good on Marvel for being like. This is our guy, and fuck you, Oscars. This is our guy.
No, we don't need him.
Yeah, we don't need your Oscar. This is our guy.
Yeah, and it's like fucking Samuel Jackson. It's because he's touched so many things.
Yeah,
he's been in Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
he's been in Marvel. He's been in what else? What else has he been?
I mean,
lots of shit.
He's been in so much shit.
He's in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
He's in Pulp Fiction. In the Hateful Eight, in Django Unchained.
Oh yeah.
Him and Quentin
Tarantino
are fucking close.
Yeah,
as shit.
those two are fucking.
And it's like Samuel L. Jackson is a fucking god when it comes to acting. He's amazing.
He's a great actor.
He can do what he wants.
Samuel Jackson is what Will Smith is inspired to be.
Yeah.
But Will Smith wants to be in everything and be great at exactly everything he wants to, and everything he touches. Unfortunately, what happened with Will Smith,
he'll be in music. If he wants to be in movies, he'll be in movies. If he wants to be a rapper,
what happened with Will Smith is that
he's a fucking nut job.
He's a nut job, and he got too greedy. He got what he wanted for a hot minute, and he got greedy. And he found a formula that works. That if I'm in the movie, this is how it's gonna go, and that's what he does. If Will Smith is in the movie, I just picture if Will Smith is in a movie, it's a Will Smith movie. It doesn't matter what it is. This new Aladdin movie is a Will Smith movie, and I don't care what else it is.
He's turning into a Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise movies are Tom Cruise movies, and
you
can't tell him otherwise. Samuel L. Jackson will put his creative mind to work in it, and he'll be like, "Well, would this be better?" And if they're like, "I don't think so," is that all right with you? And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's your project, Right. Like Snakes on a Plane was supposed to be called something else, and he was like, "I'm not doing this movie unless it's Snakes on a Plane, and as long as it has an R rating, I don't give a shit if it does not have." If it does not do well, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it if it's not.
Somebody better get these monkey biting snakes on off this Monday to Friday plane. Oh, that was a great advertisement.
Oh,
did you see that? I have to show you. You did?
The PG-13.
Yeah. Oh, I have to. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Amazing. I love Sam L. Man.
Sam L.
He deserves an Oscar.
He does. He deserves multiple Oscars for a lot of the shit he does. But I don't know why they have that rule in place. But he must have fucked up somewhere, which is just unfortunate.
I think it's just because he'll be in pretty much anything he wants, and he'll do anything he wants.
Which respect, man.
Yeah,
respect.
Sometimes it's just what you need.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need
all them roles. Yeah. And that's what I admire about Daniel Radcliffe. Is he doesn't do things he doesn't want to do. If he's gonna do it, he wants to do it.
Right.
And he puts his full effort into it.
I feel like Daniel Radcliffe is one of those guys, one of those actors.
Well, he's made his fortune.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With the Harry Potter series, he could have been set for life. That was it. Anything. But I'm really happy that he continued on with his career. He loves doing it, man. Yeah, it's something that he loves doing, and I'm really happy to see that. And I think Daniel Radcliffe is one of those guys who, once he knows when a bad movie is a bad movie just by the script. I feel like I don't think I've seen a bad Daniel Radcliffe movie.
Dude, Horns is there's the what is it? The Orphan in Black.
The Woman in Black.
Yeah.
The Woman in Black.
I never watched it.
I thought it was good. I didn't watch the second one, but I saw the first one.
Well, the second one doesn't have him in it, I don't think.
Does it not? I don't remember. I know there's a sequel, but I liked The Woman in Black. I thought it was a very good movie. I also very much love Swiss Army Man. Swiss Army Man was great.
You know what? It was not, but it was.
A superhero
No,
movie.
not even a superhero movie. I wouldn't say it's a superhero movie, but changing the subject for a moment to finish this rant on the Swiss Army Man had a great soundtrack. It had a great story, but I felt like the last scene where he's flying away on the ocean with the Swiss Army Man, I thought that was a little much.
See, I didn't think it was
funny, the whole entire movie, you're trying to decide if he's actually talking or if the dude's crazy. And then you get to the moment where you're like, oh, this motherfucker's crazy as shit. And then it's like, no, he's not. Boom, there you go. That's the end of the movie. And I'm like, what the fuck? Don't do that. Don't.
The rest of the movie is really good. The rest of the movie
is amazing. I love it. I love that movie, and I will defend it. You just have to watch it all.
Yeah.
For it to be
I did watch it all. I did.
No, that's not it. No, I'm just saying, my parents stopped watching it. My buddy Parker, he stopped watching it. you have to watch through it all for it to be a great movie and for you to understand why it's a good movie. And I have a philosophy for movies, and I've told you about this, and it's that there are movies that movie buffs will love, that non-movie buffs won't. And that's your A Quiet Place.
Oh yeah,
you have that.
You have your Anita Battle Angel. It's a fucking superhero movie. Technically, kind of, sort of, maybe. Fuck you. I want to talk about Alita Battle Angel for a second. I have not seen it. Oh my god. You need to watch that movie. Because genuinely...
Angel of Death is the second one.
Once you get some money, once you get some money from your job, fucking, we should go see it because Alita Battle Angel is a very, very, very good movie. And I think that Spielberg and Robert Rodriguez poured their heart into that movie.
Oh yeah.
And it very much shows. And I've seen so many people having to defend this movie because from critics who professional critics who are like, this movie's bad, this movie's shit, and it's mainly because they don't understand the fact that this is not a movie. This is an anime adaptation.
Yeah.
This is not your typical Western movie. This is an anime adaptation.
Yeah, and I think that in this day and age, there is a lot of that kind of movie critics are still the old guys. I feel like there's still a big group of the old critics. And that's why some underrated indie movies are not getting the credit they deserve, because some of these older critics are like, we don't like it.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with how movie reviewing has evolved. It's evolved from an article in a newspaper to an article online and to a whole website dedicated for movie critics, and then onwards to YouTube and Twitch and all these different video streaming websites.
I mean, even our little talk show here where we talk and discuss, we are rating movies.
Yeah.
And we are saying we should watch this, we should not watch this movie, and stuff like that. Oh, we'd have to go back through all the movies.
Hey, yeah, well, you know what? We'll start it right now. Alita Battle Angel, 9 out of 10. Fuck you.
I haven't seen it, so I won't put anything towards it.
That's fine.
But I will say that it wasn't Steven Spielberg.
It was Steven Spielberg.
Was it?
He didn't direct it, but he produced it. He originally
James Cameron.
No. It was James Cameron. Was it James Cameron? That's
Steven
right.
Spielberg did Ready Player One.
That's right. That's
which
what
is technically also a superhero.
Fuck Ready Player One. It's a bad movie. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
It's a bad movie. I read the book and watched the movie.
Fuck you. It's a bad movie.
The movie is a great movie. Thank you very much.
I like it.
I don't give a shit.
I like it.
It is a good movie. I will give it an 8 out of 10. Nope,
I will give it a solid
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay.
6 out of 10.
You know what? We can agree on that.
It's a great
movie.
6
out of 10. That is not a great movie.
Yes, it has its moments where you're like, what? And then there's other moments where it's like, okay. It has a great soundtrack. It has It has a lot of great little things in it, and it's not a bad adaptation of the book. Because the screenplay was written by the author. That means that he did it on purpose to be what it is for a movie.
I really like when movies reference or Easter egg to other movies. I love it. It's a great thing. But when you stop being gay for like 5 seconds...
Would you shut the fuck up?!
But, however, when you just throw fucking constant references to your old movies and other movies and video games and other different forms of media, when you throw it all into one package and bundle up and say, here's this, you're grabbing at straws at that point.
But you're missing the point of what it is.
I know what it is.
The Oasis, that is what it is. Even in the book, it says it throughout the story. That there are iconic things throughout.
Bait. It's just a nostalgia bait, and I can't get behind
you're forgetting it. That is a lot of what it is.
I know that's
Ready
what it is.
Player One keeps a lot of that.
That's
going.
why I don't like what it is.
And that's why it's a good movie. Because it's a great adaptation of the book. And the story is great, and the people that they have in it is great.
Oh my god. Fucking iFunny just sent me a notification. Karen took the kids, don't let her take your memes.
Oh.
Good, good one, iFunny.
That's
Good
a
one.
one.
Anyways,
Real
fucking,
right there.
let's talk about Batman. Let's go ahead and get back. Or should we talk about Spider-Man first?
Spider-Man first.
Because
I
enjoy Spider-Man more than I like Batman.
Alright, so starting Sam Raimi. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Every single one of them except 3.
Every single one of them.
And even then, I really like 3.
Alright, 1. Spider-Man 1. I just can't get over Tobey Maguire.
See,
I just can't.
Who the fuck was I talking about?
It?
I was talking to somebody recently, and they were like, "Oh man, fuck Tom Holland, fuck Andrew Garfield." Or no. They were saying, was it you who said your favorite Spider-Man was Andrew Garfield?
I liked Andrew Garfield.
Fuck you!
No, look. I liked hipster Spider-Man. All right.
No. Well, okay. I'll give him that he can play a very good Peter Parker, but he's not a good Spider-Man, and that's part of the role. I feel like Tobey Maguire could play a very good Spider-Man and a very good Peter Parker. I think he was good at both roles. Just like Tom Holland, but I think Tom Holland does a much better job as both of them. I think Tom Holland blew both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield out the water.
I do have one thing wrong with all the adaptations, except for the PS4 one, is that a lot of them don't really show how dedicated he is to it.
Yeah.
Because in the game, you get to see throughout the story that he only eats twice. Or once. I can't remember. And then he only sleeps twice throughout the whole entire game's story. That is amazing.
That's dedicated.
Like, Peter Parker's failing at finances. You know what? That is one thing I'll say about, Spider-Man 3, I think, is they show how he is late on his rent.
Yeah.
He is not doing too great in his job. And he is suffering because he's trying to save the world. And I think that's a key point that needs to be shown more in the movies.
One of my buddies from Urbana, talking to him now actually. He brought up one very good point was in one of the comics. In one of the comics, Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man. And, like, he takes over his body, and he's like, yeah, I finally got fucking Spider-Man. But he realizes the more he's in Peter Parker's mind, the more, because Peter Parker's still there, the more he's in Peter Parker's mind, the worse he feels about taking over his body, and at the end of the comic, he's just like, have this back. I can't do this. You are far too dedicated to what you do.
Oh yeah.
I can't do this.
I
am so sorry. Here's this. I apologize.
I love Spider-Man because he is a kid that grew up with the power, learned to use it right, and then was dedicated to it, even when he didn't have the time to do it.
Right.
And that speaks to me because Batman, he's a playboy philanthropist that has a bunch of money.
Billionaire playboy philanthropist.
That he doesn't do anything.
Right.
All day. So at night he can go and do that shit. Nightwing. That's some of the things that I love about Nightwing because he has that I'm dedicated to this wholeheartedly. And I don't always have the time for it, even though I am the son of a billionaire philanthropist.
Right.
I'm still busy all day doing other stuff, like doing this, that, or whatever. And, characters like that, it puts more level on them. Because Tony Stark doesn't, has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants.
Right.
Captain America, Steve Rogers, he's dead. He doesn't have anything to do. All of his stuff's paid by the government. He doesn't have anything to do. Bruce Banner, he is a smart-ass man. Doesn't have anything to do.
He ain't got shit to do.
He ain't got shit to do. He's got bank accounts higher than shit.
Right.
It's these characters that, are juggling to do what they need to do.
But then you have Spider-Man, who's that's why Spider-Man is also one of my Spider-Man's next to Deadpool, right next to Deadpool and being my favorite superhero because I relate with Spider-Man. I'm a broke ninja. I didn't say the N-word. I'm a broke ninja with subpar home and fucking in a town that nobody cares about.
Yeah,
I mean, Spider-Man lives in New York, but whatever. It's relatable. I see myself
I'm a broke person.
Yeah, I see myself in Peter Parker's eyes.
40 hours a week.
And you want to do good for the world.
Yeah, we're trying to do this. This is something that we want to dedicate
our time to. You
want
to become a writer. Yeah, I want to become a musician.
It is a part-time job on its own.
Yeah, we dedicate ourselves to wanting to help other people and do all these things.
And it takes that step.
And we see, and that's why I really like Spider-Man so much. I think he's a very relatable character.
And I think, and that's honestly why Stan Lee wrote him that way, and why he has that mask, because it's a character that you can see yourself in, and that's why Spider-Man works. And he's actually, like, when he was alive, rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Oh yeah. That was a heavy hitter.
It was.
That was a heavy hitter.
And but
I mean,
he made it for that reason.
Stan Lee's death was sort of weird for me because he was an old guy, and I saw it coming. I saw it coming, and when it came, I was more or less relieved because this man's not suffering anymore.
Yeah,
this man that. He didn't die having major depression. He didn't die broke and alone. He died doing what he loved, and he died naturally. That is a relief.
Yeah.
That makes me happy that
I am glad that
he's gone. I'm sad that he's gone, but he left in a way that he would want to leave. He wouldn't. I can't imagine I can't imagine Stan Lee wanting to leave any other way.
Yeah, I think he left in a great way, and he's touched so many hearts.
Now, did he leave at a good time? Hell no. Hell no! Come on, man! You could have at least done one more cameo and one more fucking.
You could have at least ended the phase at least.
Come on, at least end the phase.
At least in Phase 4. Come on, man. But whatever, it's alright. And he's done his fair share of cameos, and I love him for it. But Spider-Man is probably one of Stan Lee's best creations.
I would say it is his best creation. I would go as far as to say that Stan Lee has created such a great character and such a great story. That would be his.
Spider-Man is the superhero.
Yes, if there's one superhero that has impacted the
most
entire
pure heart.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say Spider-Man is the greatest superhero impact that this world has had because Superman exists, Batman exists, and all these other characters.
I'm not talking about most popular.
Right.
I'm just saying that Batman can say he's pure of heart. You can say that he's pretty pure of heart, but no one is like Spider-Man.
Right.
Spider-Man, even in his many different versions, there is still that I have this heart of gold kind of thing.
Right.
And even in Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse, Peter Parker, kind of spoilers, but even him being divorced from Mary Jane and all of that, he is still Spider-Man.
I would say he's the most human.
He is the most
human superhero.
Yeah.
Because
Spider-Man is the most human superhero.
Let's take the big three: Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. Two of those are unfortunately fucking DC characters, but I love Batman too. I love Batman.
I hate Superman. I hate Superman. That's beyond that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but we'll get to that later.
You got Spider-Man.
You got Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman.
Superman's an alien from a different planet that has superpowers that are godlike.
Right.
If it wasn't for... Actually, you know what? Superman's the most powerful being on Earth.
He's always been. That's how he was written. He was written. Yeah. Superman was written as...
He was supposed to be a villain, but they were like, no, he's overpowered. He's a hero.
Superman was literally like he can get out of any situation no matter how tough it is.
Oh yeah. Batman, only thing that can counter Superman. So he is as powerful as,
and he's a billionaire on top of that.
Superman, and he's a billionaire that doesn't have to do anything
that has jack shit to do.
Spider-Man is a college student.
It's a broke
college student
in the middle
that is trying to juggle a full-time job and being a full-time hero at once, and a full-time student. All three, all together at once, and that speaks volumes for the character.
Yeah,
and then I would say when he's out of college, he is still pretty much working well over 40 hours a week on work and school, and also trying to save the world.
And he's smart, but he's really smart.
Genius level smart.
He's genius level smart, but he's not Tony Stark smart.
He's not Tony Stark rich. No, he is not Tony Stark rich.
That's true. That's true.
I think that's something that is missed out in
the MCU.
The MCEU is that Peter Parker does a lot of it on his own.
Right.
And I feel like having Tony Stark help him out, it defeats the purpose of his character growth. Because that means that he's getting funded. He's getting the things he wants. He has that excuse to, hey, I can't go work this job because I'm working for Tony Stark at this, apprenticeship.
And now that you've explained like we see that he's a college student in the original comic books, and he's a college student in everything else.
Even in the Sam Raimi, he's not. I don't think he's in college.
He's not in college, but he's working. He's working a full-time job.
He's working a full-time job.
Yeah, he's a full-time.
And then there's pizza delivery driver.
He's working 2 jobs.
He was working 2 jobs.
He's working 2 jobs and trying to save the world.
And then got fired from the delivery job because he couldn't do it on time because other things would get in the way.
Yeah.
And
now that I see that, I kind of see why people don't like the Homecoming movie.
Yeah, and
I see it now.
Like Homecoming isn't nearly as bad because you have to think about it. In high school, what are you doing? For me, I was working a full-time job because they were breaking the law and having me work.
Right. However, but in Homecoming, he wasn't working a job. He was he was an intern in Stark Enterprises. Yeah. So he wasn't really doing much. He wasn't really doing much.
That is one of the cool things about the age of Spider-Man is that when he's in high school and like gets his powers at the end of middle school, early high school, he has all that free time.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things with
I think that's a lot of why
the Amazing Spider-Man animated show with Drake Bell.
I haven't seen that.
It shows a lot of that, or at least I think it does. At least what I've seen, it shows a lot of his free time.
I think that's a great point. Now that we bring that up, a lot of I would say all the MCU characters are pretty much just superheroes who have nothing better to do.
Oh yeah, a lot of characters are characters that don't have a job.
Yeah,
that don't need a job.
Like you were saying, Tony Stark doesn't have anything to do. Black Widow, fucking Captain America doesn't have anything to do.
Look, all right. So the Avengers, you got the Hulk, who has been
he's
a scientist.
He's a scientist. He has money. He has nothing to do.
Works for Shield. He's paid by the government. Steve Rogers paid by the government. Hawkeye was an assassin, so paid by the government. Black Widow was also an assassin, paid by the government. Tony Stark was a billionaire when he started being a hero. You even have the X-Men. All the X-Men have a place they live, have a place that's filled with food, and even though they are frowned upon, they're still probably paid by the government as a school.
Yeah.
Because the professor is a billionaire. He owns that money.
So
everybody
I think that takes away that aspect. Yeah, it does take away that aspect of Peter Parker is not doing this for money. He's doing it because this is what he loves.
He loves to save the world. It's what he wants to do.
This is what his passion is.
This is what he sucks that he just can't be a full-time hero.
Yeah.
He should. Peter Parker, just come on now, buddy. Just be
you can do it. Just go ahead.
Just quit being Peter Parker. Yeah. No one will miss you. It's all right. I'm sure people will miss you, but you don't need to.
Just kill Peter Parker and
yeah, right. But so you can even look over on the DC side. You know, you got Batman, billionaire. You got Superman, Clark Kent. He works a job.
Actually, yeah, Clark Kent does work a job.
Clark Kent works a job, but does he really need to? No.
He's Superman. If he wanted to rent out an apartment, he could rent out an apartment and be like, I'm Superman.
Yeah, the government would probably pay for it. Yeah. Shit. If he walked up to anybody and was like, "Hey, can I get a few bucks for my rent?" They'd be like, "Oh yeah, Superman, here you go, man.
Superman, here, have 1,000.
Here's some money, man." Or the government. He just walks out of the government. Hey, I need a place to live. He has the sanctum of solitude. Actually,
he doesn't need a place to live. He's just doing it.
Green Arrow. Yeah. He's a billionaire. But I will say the Flash. The Flash works a full-time job as a police investigator. Or a crime scene investigator, and is also Flash. I would say that's a close.
Yeah, that's a close second to Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
But so it's those stories where it's I have to do 4 things today, and it just so happens a lot of it's being trumped by being a superhero.
Right.
And it's something that needs. It's kind of like the new Batgirl. Comic book, the new 52 Batgirl series is a great series because it shows her as a, I think she's going to college, she's Batgirl, and she's also working on as a app designer, I think, or something like that. She works for a company, so she's doing all these things, and that's why it's a great series because she's juggling all these things at once, and it just so happening to work. I'm being invited to a baby shower.
I'm gonna have to put the hard no.
Yeah, well, that's alright. But so it's like you don't have very many. Constantine, he doesn't need money because he has his own place. He kind of needs money, but he'll figure it out, and all that. He doesn't need it. And then you have, if you look at the shows, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, they have a ship that makes anything for them, and all that. Supergirl has her own place. It's really what it is. To be a superhero, to be the truest of heart superhero, you have to be juggling everything. And Spider-Man does that well. Yeah. And they show it very well in most of the movies, except for the newest one.
Yeah.
Even in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales is in a school and is missing school to save the world. And not being able to talk to his family about it.
Right. Into the Spider-Verse was such a great movie.
It was. Great soundtrack.
Oh my god, the soundtrack to that movie was flawless. The everything. I have to give Into the Spider-Verse a perfect 10 out of 10. I can't give it anything less.
It's amazing.
It really is that great.
Oh, you know what? Even Hellboy 1 and 2 is on this list. They're paid by the government.
Right.
They have their own living by the government. Great movies. They're kind of underrated for what they are, but I can't wait for the reboot that's coming. It would be nice. You know what? I think that's why I like Danny Phantom so much. Because if you look at Danny Phantom, he's juggling things. He literally is juggling things. And he's not as smart. And he's not as smart as Spider-Man. He's not. He's just a high school kid. He's just a high school kid that is failing school and also juggling the superhero thing. Okay. It's kind of like Kick-Ass 2. He kind of does that, has to do that too. That pretty much cuts out a lot of things now that we've talked about.
I think the only things left now are Batman and Superman.
Batman, Superman. We have Split. Split was a great movie. It was more of a thriller, a psychological thriller than it was a superhero movie until you look at it on the grand scale of the 3 movies. Then it's a superhero.
Yeah, it's pretty much a thriller until Till the end.
last section where it's Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
You got the newest Power Ranger movie, which was great. I loved it. I loved the newest Power Rangers movie. It really gave you a.
I haven't watched a single inch of any Power Rangers media.
We can watch the newest one. I
wouldn't be interested in it.
It's a good movie, man.
I just don't care about Power Rangers.
Look, man.
I don't care about it.
The shows are meant, but the movie was great. You'll have to watch. Let's see. Lego Batman movie was hilarious. I loved it. V for Vendetta, which is based on a comic book. If you didn't know.
Yes.
Great movie. Great to rewatch it multiple times just to get everything.
Right.
And I suggest watching it at least 2 or 3 times through. It might be difficult to do, but I would definitely suggest it. Sky High was great, and I can't wait for the second one. I think we mentioned it, that it's kind of one of those things like Up, Up, and Away, and like Underdog. Sky High was great. I can't wait, and I hope they make another one.
Yep.
I want to save that one for a little bit later before...
I think we should start wrapping this up. We haven't been doing this for a hot minute, so...
So I think we're going to leave Batman and Superman for their own things. Yeah. So, to be announced, we've already mentioned a few of them throughout. We have Hancock 2. I don't think we mentioned. I'm
really hoping it's not going to be a Will Smith movie.
Will Smith's going to be in it.
Oh,
we know this already.
I know. But Hancock is not a Will Smith movie.
He goes back to the acting style. Collateral Beauty was amazing. Like, you'll have to watch it. It's a great movie. I hope he gives that extra bit in that movie, and they don't...
Hope he actually tries.
Hopefully they don't cast Jaden Smith as a character in there.
God, I hope the fuck not.
They have the Spawn reboot. I'm hoping it. We mentioned that earlier. I hope it's going to be good. I don't know. With the current CGI, it'll be great. Sky High 2, I think it'll do fine. I think as long as they keep it in the ballpark of what it originally was, it'll do great. Hellboy 2019 coming out this year should be amazing. I think. I don't know. It's got the guy from Stranger Things in it. The test photo or whatever of what the guy. Huh?
Finn Wolfhard or a different kid or a different guy?
Different guy. It was the sheriff.
Oh, okay. He's actually the director of Stranger Things. Did you not know that?
No, I did not. But he's in it. He plays Hellboy.
I believe he's the writer.
And his photo, the test photo they have for it is
looking good.
Fucking amazing. Yeah, it looks amazing. It's gonna be one of those more darker movies, I think. And it's gonna explore more of the darker themes of Hellboy. And I'm interested to see that. What else do we have on this list we haven't touched yet? Other than the Batman. Oh, yes. One thing I do want to get to before I go on my rant of Danny Phantom.
Which actually I'm going to go take a shit for because I really have to shit.
Watchmen. It's a great movie. And it's not really accurate, but in that situation it is. So if the Cold War extended or got cut off, and it really gives a more human aspect to all these heroes.
Right.
You know, the comedian's a rich guy because he worked for the government and killed whoever the government told him to, and now he's living life. Rorschach is I can't get over it. I am now a dark PI kind of. I'm going to figure this out
Rorschach
myself.
Is a very good character.
Oh yes, great. And the rest of them are just trying to move on. And then the bad guy, is he really a bad guy? Because his whole entire plan is to bring people together for the loss of thousands.
Right.
And then Dr. Manhattan is just more powerful than Superman. He's an omnipotent, omniscient and omnipotent being.
He's pretty much God.
And he's struggling with it. Like, he is a human that now has that power and knowledge, and he struggles. And it's fucking crazy. It's craziness right there.
It's very cool.
It is a great movie. It's a long movie, but it's great. And I think it keeps a lot of that, a lot of the superhero tropes, and it doesn't use a lot of superhero tropes. It kind of carves its own way through.
Right.
And you kind of get to see it and notice it as it goes. And I think that's why it is a great movie. And I forget who made that one. if it was Zack Snyder or Christopher Nolan. I think it was Zack Snyder.
I believe it was Zack.
But if it was Zack Snyder, because I think Memento was a Christopher Nolan movie. I don't think. I don't think. Watch. It's seeing Thompson right here. Let's see who's Zack Snyder, a Zack Snyder film. Yep. It is Zack Snyder's best work. I will fully say that,
yeah,
even
honestly,
knowing he's been the creator of some of the newest DCEU. Watchmen's is his best.
His recent movies are
They're meh. Like, people are disappointed in him.
That's what it is. It's just disappointment.
I think he did 300 too.
No.
Yeah.
No,
so.
He did not do 300.
Again, it's either Christopher Nolan or
this has to have been Nolan. No, was it Christopher Nolan? I don't even think it was Christopher Nolan.
Hold on.
Anyways,
Zack Snyder. I was right. Zack Snyder directed 300.
Really?
That's why people are disappointed with his current work. Anyways, on the topic of Dr. Manhattan, you go ahead and go shit. I'm going to segue into Danny Phantom real quick and probably wrap things up while you're gone.
Alright.
In a conversation with Butch Hartman, the creator of Danny Phantom, he does a lot of YouTube videos that kind of talk about his stuff, like Fairly Odd Parents, The Elf Detective, which is a current project that he's working on. He mentioned in a thing on what happened in the first month of Danny having his powers. And he said that he really liked the idea that it's kind of like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. That it is he's trying to pull himself together from the evaporation of his cells in the ghost portal. And I thought that was fucking crazy buku shit right there. But only reason I bring up Danny Phantom is because on Wikipedia, which is not a great source, if you look up superhero movies, it is on the list of the to be announced section. Now, that being said, first, would it be a good thing? Maybe. If Butch Hartman was in charge of writing it, and if it was an animated movie, it'd probably be great for that reason. Because you don't have to worry about that many casting. You can bring the original cast back. Now, if you do a live action, you have to be careful. Because you have the casting of all the characters. Do you do it more of a kid movie where it's like the regular Nickelodeon movies, like they did the live action Fairly Odd Parents movies? Or do you make it more of an adult movie and cater to the original fans by doing it that way, maybe a little bit darker theme, and doing it like that? All of that applies. Now, is it even a good idea to try? I think bringing back another animated series a lot like the original, like it pretty much carbon copy of comedy and everything, I think it would work out great. With more modern day technology in it too, with like the phones and stuff like that, it would definitely cater to the kids and the original fans of the series. I want to see it happen. I want to see this movie. I want to see a movie or another show. I thought that the Danny Phantom series has its cult fans. It's a cult classic to some. And that the fan base for Danny Phantom is very passionate and was growing at the time. And it just got cut off because of Nickelodeon. Now, that being said, Danny Phantom is not a for sure to be announced movie. It is possible that Nickelodeon won't sell the rights or won't let the rights be used and might just be like, no, get the fuck out of here. But we can only hope that Butch Hartman finds a way through and actually makes the movie and then releases it to everybody and allows everyone to watch it or a new show or what have you. Hopefully it works out, and Godspeed to him. Anyways, next time we'll probably go through either the Batman or Superman's. We might actually do Marvel next time. I don't know. Check out our Twitter page which is at The Cinema Circle on Twitter. You'll be able to see it there. And remember, down below, beneath beneath the live stream on Twitch and on our Twitch channel, you can find the link to our Patreon, where you can go ahead and donate us money. Our rewards we haven't really worked out yet, but we're thinking giveaways where we'll give away movies, or we'll things like that. Maybe some merchandise of certain series that we like. Just stuff like that. Maybe gift. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's one of the rewards. The other one is that we're going to be working on getting a Discord together, because obviously we'll be able to get questions from the stream chat, but we can also have discussions with fans off stream about movies and stuff like that, shows, games, whatever, and really get to know each other and connect on a Discord basis. And we're thinking that we're going to keep more of that towards subscribers. They're not. Once we get subscribers, if we ever get to affiliate and then beyond, it will probably be an accessible thing from subscriber, because we won't need Patreon nearly as much. And we can go to having subscribers being in there, and then subscriber giveaways and more stuff like that. But currently, before we're an affiliate and before we're partner, we can get more of the Patreon stuff if you want to help out and pay a little more and do stuff like that. And even when you are a subscriber, you can still donate to the Patreon, which is another way for us to be able to get extra or whatever, and really helps us out, give gift giveaways and stuff like that. So go ahead and go below, follow our subscribe YouTube channel, where you can press the bell and be notified when we upload our discussions and stuff like that. We also have our Patreon down there. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll have a link to our Twitch account on there. And I'm probably going to be having to add our Twitter and Patreon as well to those, so we'll work on that as well. And as soon as we have a Discord up, you guys will know. But anyways, other than that, I hope you have a great night and keep enjoying the movies and films you are watching. So, bye.